I'm told it is officially okay to start happy hour, and we know a great place that you can meet up with coworkers or maybe some friends after work. Here to wet our whistle, it's Punch Bar at the Hyatt Place in downtown Champaign. Assistant bar manager David Hunter joins me. Hey, David.
Hi, Tim.
You guys, and we'll talk some about your food here in a little bit, but you're primarily known for how great your bar is, and you're here today to talk about the new spring menu.
Yes, we like to switch up our cocktail menu the first day of every season, and so that we keep all the flavors nice and fresh and relevant for the weather and everything.
Now, it seems to me, and I'm not a connoisseur of alcohol by any degree, but it would seem like all the drinks that have been created have been created. So the menu is going to be the same wherever you go. But for you guys, at least, that's not true.
That's right. We like experimenting with different techniques and flavors and textures. We, right now, on our spring menu, have 3 different flavored ices that, as they melt, it's going to provide more flavor to your drink rather than watering it down.
Interesting. So someone's back in the back filling that little ice cube tray with lemonade or whatever it is.
Pretty much, yeah. He works very hard at it.
Nice. Well, before we get to having you make us a drink, tell me about the barrel. I know some types of alcohol is aged in barrels and it gives the flavor from the wood, but you guys are using this sort of a second time in the process. Talk to me about that.
That's right. We like taking, sometimes the base spirit, the base whiskey or gin or rum that you get is fantastic. Sometimes we like to add a little bit more flavor to it, and that could be in the form of infusing and or throwing it in a barrel like this for up to 2 months or even more to pick up even more flavor.
Does that flavor come exclusively from the wood of the barrel, or you said infusing? Are you adding flavors before you age it again?
Yes, we do a lot of infusions, they're called, where you take any kind of fruit or spices or herbs and you soak it in your alcohol of choice, so vodka or rum. We've done plenty of whiskey, and that'll pick up the cinnamon or the strawberry flavors and impart that into the spirit.
Fascinating stuff. I could probably ask you a million questions about that, but I wanted to make sure we have time to make one of the drinks that's on your spring menu. So what are you going to make for us today?
It's something we just came up with. We thought it'd be kind of fun to show you something that could be easy to do even at home.
Okay.
We did do one step further like we normally do. We call it Fire Punch, where we take whiskey, we infuse it with cinnamon and a little allspice and apple cider liqueur, and we throw it in our barrel here for a couple months.
Wow.
And so...
You got to prep for that kind of drink in advance. I don't have to order it 2 months in advance, do I?
No.
Okay, all right, good.
We got plenty on hand for it.
Excellent. Okay, so it looks like you've got ice, and then what else?
So we're going to do the Fire Punch.
So that's what you've just aged for a couple of months, okay?
That's right, yep. And then a little bit of blackberry jam here.
Really?
Absolutely.
I mean, this is, again, all new to me, but it's fascinating. I love it.
A little lemon juice really brings out the flavor, a little citric acid.
Okay.
And then we're just going to shake that.
This is the fun part. You get your workout.
Yeah, it certainly is. All right. And then we're going to strain it over fresh ice.
Well, it looks pretty.
Thank you. And lastly, take a little bit of this spiced orange ginger ale from Fever Tree. They make fantastic mixers like this.
Got all sorts of spice going into this drink.
That's how we like to do it. And then cap it off with a blackberry.
Man, looks fantastic. And this is just one of the many things that's on your menu for spring, correct?
This one's actually not even on the menu.
Ooh,
this is just something
special?
We wanted to feature the Fire Punch and the barrel aging, so we came up with something special for you today.
Well, I appreciate it. I'm going to try it here in just a second. I do want to make sure we get to your happy hour menu because in addition to drinks, you've got some food specials from what hours and what kind of specials you have?
It goes Monday through Saturday, 4 o'clock when we open to 6 p.m. And we've got, a lot of fantastic food. It's all half off. Go ahead. And during that time, we've got $2 off all draft beer and then select cocktails and wines as well.
Ooh, I definitely can taste the cinnamon for sure.
Yeah.
Like it a lot. All right, well, you're going to stick around?
Yep.
A little bit longer? All right, well, I'm going to have some of this, not too much. I'm still technically on the job, I suppose. But more details are on our website, including links to Punch Bar's website and their Facebook page. We'll send you there at CILiving.tv.